Hi everyone, my name is Mohammed and I'm a student of 1006 GBS in Griffith College. The following presentation is divided into two categories. Firstly, I will be discussing regarding the issues of inequality in emerging economies post-COVID, and secondly, I will be talking about the financial well-being of the vulnerable Australian households. For this section, I shall be discussing the effects of COVID on the economy of Colombia. As COVID showed up, the economic growth of Colombia was seriously hindered and it affected various macroeconomic variables of the country in different ways. Firstly, according to the IMF reports, the GDP of Colombia has shrunk by at least 7.7% in 2020. Secondly, there was an increase in unemployment rates as well, as they increased to 23%, and the major reason behind this is that the tourism and retail industries had lost business during COVID. However, the inflation rate in 2020 was 1.6%, which was not a factor of much concern as it was close enough to the target rate set out by the National Bank. The inequality among different classes has worsened during the pandemic due to various reasons. Firstly, as discussed earlier, the tourism and retail industries came to a halt during the pandemic, and that directly affected the low income labor employed in those industries. Secondly, the lockdown also widened the education gap between the children of different social classes, as the children of low-income households mostly did not have access to technology and reliable internet connections, and therefore they could not cope with online learning. Lastly, the Gini coefficient of above 50% generally means that the income is not fairly distributed in that country, and Colombia's Gini coefficient had gone up to 53.5% in 2020. Lastly, for this section, I shall be discussing the two policies that need to be implemented, and they need to be implemented quickly by the Colombian government in order to reduce the problems of inequality. Firstly, the government should strengthen its social protection programs by investing in education and skills development programs, as well as introducing either free or affordable healthcare for the public in order to ensure that everyone has access to the healthcare facilities. Secondly, the government should be looking forward to promote labor markets and creating jobs for a skilled workforce prepared through the skill and development programs. Furthermore, the government should take initiatives to revive the jobs, especially in the tourism and retail sectors that were affected previously due to COVID. Of this presentation, I shall be discussing regarding the financial well-being of the vulnerable Australian households. Financial well-being is described as feeling secure and in control of your finances currently as well as in the future. Being a student myself, I have selected the household of single student without any independence for my discussion. According to the Queensland Council of Social Service, an average student in this category spends almost 39% of their income only on paying the rent for the week, and is eventually left with a negative balance of $7 at the end of each week, contributing towards its debts. In my opinion, these are the three steps that need to be taken in order to improve the financial well-being of single student households. The first step is increasing the income sources, where the students need to explore more different part-time jobs, preferably on campus or near the place of residence, in order to cut down on commuting expenses. In addition, the government should offer a variety of scholarships and grants to students specific to the field of study. Second step is optimizing the expenses. The role that the government needs to play here is to introduce low-rent housing opportunities specifically targeted to the students. In addition, the students should explore the discounts and perks available to them, and they should also plan their meals and buy groceries in a bulk at the time of sales. The third step, in my opinion, is financial planning, and it is the most important step The education of students regarding financial security, saving for the future, and budgeting is essential, and the government should launch initiatives in order to educate the students about these aspects. That was all for my presentation. Thank you for listening, and the following are the references that I used.